Yo, it's your boy Dctree from Dctree-Nation.com, where we cover hoops and heroes. And today we're talking hoops. Minutes. Are the minutes hurting the young players? Is the distribution of minutes hurting the players? The lack of distribution, I should say. Before I jump into it though, if you like my content, please sub to the channel. Okay, this video is pretty much inspired by DeJounte Murray saying he wants to be unleashed. He played a season-high 32 minutes the other night and the Spurs won. So it got me to thinking, should Pop unleash minutes for most of the young players on the team? Okay, if you've been on the channel before, you know I've talked about this before in other videos, and it keeps coming up in my mind. That's why I keep making videos about it. Popovich's system of minutes needs work. It needs adjustments, okay? And I'm not criticizing the man because obviously he knows more about basketball than I do, but on the outside looking in, it looks like it needs work. Now, like I said before, if you're a fan of the channel, you know I've been a Spurs fan for years and years and years and years. The minute restriction thing originated to preserve the big three. Tony Parker was getting older. Tim Duncan definitely was getting older. Ginobili was a little injury prone. He was getting older. So the whole play your starters 23, 24, 25 minutes per game started with them. And it's because the Spurs were a bona fide contender and guaranteed to go deep in the playoffs. They may not have won a championship every year, but they were guaranteed to go deep in the playoffs. So you're preserving your players for that jump, for those extra 10, 15 games to the season. So it made complete sense. But now with the Spurs being, a first round out type of team in danger of missing the playoffs, that strategy does not make sense. You playing Murray 23 minutes per game. You playing White 24 minutes a game. You playing Lonnie Walker 8 minutes per game on average. These are official averages now. It doesn't make sense because the Spurs are in a different spot now. They're in a different culture now. They're not a championship team. So you have to start playing these guys more. And I understand that they make mistakes. And I understand, for instance, Murray is like a turnover machine or whatnot. But he's not going to practice his way out of making turnovers. He's going to get better at that by actually playing in the games. Now, I know he's had knee problems, obviously, but I haven't heard anything about knee soreness or knee stiffness or anything like that. So he should be able to play 30 minutes a game, and that's the issue. Like, these players need more time to develop. And just to give you some examples outside of the Spurs, if you think of James Harden plays almost 38 minutes per game. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're on the same level as him talent-wise, but they're younger players. They should be able to go at least 30 minutes, right? And then you think about Chris Paul. Chris Paul is 137 years old, and he's playing over 30 minutes a game for OKC. So, again, you have to give these players more time to try to get better. If you think about players in the same age bracket as Murray and White and Lonnie Walker, Kyle Kuzma, when he was healthy last year, he was playing 33 plus minutes a game, okay? If you think about a former Spur, Bertans was playing 20 minutes per game for the Spurs last year, 21 minutes. He's playing almost 30 minutes in Washington right now, and his game has exploded. He's one of the best shooters in the league, and that's because he's getting the opportunity to play. I remember seeing online yesterday people saying, "Oh, I wish we had Bertans," and I'm thinking like, well, it'd be great to have him, but will Pop play him? And that's just the difference right now. You think about Murray that plays for Denver. This guy, he's playing over 33, 34 minutes a game. These guys have to have opportunity to play because basketball is a game of rhythm. You got to let them get in the rhythm for their offense to get better, for their timing to get better, for them to get better. Preserving them, what are you preserving them for? Preserving them for what? The Spurs are currently 9-14, 10th in the Western Conference. What are we waiting for? I'm not saying burn these guys out and play them 40 minutes a game. I'm not saying that. But that mid-20 stuff needs to go out the window because you have older players on the Spurs like DeRozan, like LaMarcus. They're playing like 35 minutes a game. Not saying they don't deserve those minutes, but at the same time, I'm like, hey, you might want to put the younger players that's better defensively, by the way, out there for a longer period of time. so they can grow and develop. You know, there's only so much they can, you know, learn and practice. And I get Popovich's, you know, philosophy. Hey, they're gonna have to prove, they're gonna have to earn their minutes like everybody else. I 100% get that. But that's kind of like for a winning team. We're like a jump, hop, and a skip away from being a lottery squad. You know, let them jokers go out there and play. Let them hoop. Let them make mistakes. And they may surprise you. You see what Lonnie Walker did the other night? Exploded. But he's not going to be able to get that consistency. He's not going to be able to, you know, show what he has if he doesn't get consistent minutes. Like, he played like 30 minutes one night and then played 10 minutes the next night. It's up and down. Consistency, my guy. Consistency. Now, do Murray and White deserve some criticism for their struggles? You're darn tootin' they do. It's a family show, guys. I can't curse. But it's darn tootin' they do. But at the same time, if I'm them, I'm 23 years old. I'm making some mistakes. I'm anxious to be out there. And I'm only playing 20 minutes a night. That's not even half the game. That blows my mind. That you telling me I have two best defensive guards, wing players, can't play half the game. And we're struggling defensively. And oh my gosh, don't get me started on DeMar Carroll. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk about that no more. And we're struggling like hell defensively. Well, there goes the curse word. I try to hold it back, guys. We're struggling like hell defensively, and we can't get our best defenders out there for more than half the game. They can't even play 24 minutes a game. You get what I'm saying? And that's the frustrating part. Come on, Pop. You the OG, but come on, homie. Play them people, man. Play them. Meanwhile, Marco Bellinelli is still getting those 16 minutes per game. He did sit out a game the other night. And then, you know, he did hit a big shot for the Spurs. So shout out to Marco, man. I'm not hating, man. I'm not hating. But we're at the point now where maybe the vets should get less time and the young guys should get more time because we're losing. We're on a 2-game win streak, but man, outside of that, man, it's been looking kind of ugly. All right, guys, that's it for this one. For more information on hoops, check out the main page, Dctree-Nation.com. Like us on Facebook. Don't forget to hit that sub button. Help a brother out. Peace.